Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akiam. And this,
I'm just saying make believe when I write up Exodus to Mars and saying black Martians, but maybe America knows Mars is occupied, and that's why Trump started a space force. Biden didn't disband it. Matter of fact, he just shot down some UFOs in February in Michigan. So if UFOs are just some crazy people with aluminum hats on, why do you have it now as a part of the armed forces? Wake up, people. They've known Martians were black over 100 years ago when Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote a comic book called The Princess of Mars, and that's why I chose this. The Princess of Mars is answering you. Now you have to understand the real reason they're going up there. This month, it was supposed to take place on October 5th, but the window is until October 25th. This month, NASA and SpaceX will launch to Psyche, and that's an asteroid. That is the Princess of Mars. Forbes magazine has estimated Psyche to be worth $10 quintillion in gold and other precious metals. Some metals they don't even know what to do with yet. $10 quintillion. So if you are about to launch to an asteroid worth that kind of money, does it matter if the budget, whatever budget you have, if it's less than $10 quintillion, it doesn't matter. You can shut down government. We got the money to pay for everything.
and you always have all these bug out of the people, but you will have to find and separate the meats from the bones. You have these black unconscious types. I will tell you about, the dark skinned aliens and, black men from Mars or the moon or something like that. There are logics that go into that whole madness, talking about, aliens that are dark skinned and, it's a whole thing about the melanin and something about the Anunnaki and different conspiracy theories of that sort, different theories of that sort. It really is more into the black unconscious and things like that. But she did have some truth, a very small amount of truth concerning the things that she was saying, but truth all the same. And we that are in the truth have to separate the facts from what is fake, right? The meat from the bones, and give a proper explanation, a proper response to her statement. She was right about the reason why the Space Force was established, the reason why you have SpaceX, which is the company that was set up by Elon Musk, right? And then the Space Force which was set up by the US government. And really the reason why you have those entities is actually to act as, a not only to monitor but to intercept the chariots of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because there are going to be so-called, dark skinned men, coming from space, which are the angels, the chariots, and of course our Lord Yahweh. So she is right about that, but it's not going to be aliens from Mars, or a Martian princess or whatever she was talking about. Because really, when she was talking about that whole Martian princess, that was just complete bug outness, and she was going into something completely different. And if you can remember, there was this movie that came out some time ago called John Carter, right? Same movie going into a guy that got teleported to Mars and it was the whole thing. But basically, what that movie was based off a book called The Martian Princess. That's what she was talking about. She was speaking about the Martian Princess and using it to connect to, how there are so-called black men, right? So-called black men on Mars. But really, there are actually, so-called black men in outer space, which are really angels, right? The chariots of the Most High, how about Shani or Shai? Those are what the UFOs actually are. And as for whether Esau Edom has actually shut down a UFO, of course, that's false. So this is the book of Psalm 68, verse 17. The chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Shami Oshai are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Jehovah is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. And the reason why I'm bringing this visit just to get or to give our people an idea of what the chariots are, right? Because the chariots aren't just, and these UFOs aren't just, bright lights floating in the sky or strange, unidentified, flying objects or unidentified alien phenomenon, but are actually the angels of the Most High Jehovah Shem Yahshua. So when we say the chariots, we are saying the angels because all the chariots really are, Marakat in the Paleo Hebrew, and all they really are the chariots, okay, being piloted by the angels of the Most High Jehovah Shem Yahshua. And when she's talking about, because even Esau's Air Force and his military, the Air Force and the fighter jet pilots and the Space Force, you have some men that have actually testified that they did see so-called black men, which of course they're not black because nobody or no human is really black, rather so-called piloting these UFOs, right? That's what they call it, the so-called UFOs, which are really the chariots, and they have said that they have seen them piloting these so-called UFOs, which of course once again they are the angels. All right, but the point being is that there was some truth to what she was saying. While you are watching the video and you are thinking about the chariot really, there is a reason why the Space Force exists. There is a reason why, Esau Edom is pushing so heavily to militarize himself and to militarize himself and militarize, you know, himself against extraterrestrial threats and space invaders. There is a reason why you are suddenly seeing more and more of a focus on the chariots and on quote unquote, so-called UFOs and so-called UAPs and whether or not there are aliens. That's why you are seeing more and more of the so-called UFO hearings because the chariots of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua now was the angels of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshua beginning to expose and to show themselves more and more. That's why there's an increase in chariot sightings, an increase in these chariot sightings, and what this is once again the signs of the end of Esau Edom's kingdoms. Esau Edom's kingdom, and that's why you are seeing an increase of these things, and there is a reason why you can see. Let's go to some precepts, like I was saying. But what I'm saying is that there is a reason why you can't see an increase in the chariots, the point where Esau don't even have to talk about it, not to address it. And that's why you see all this talk about the UFOs and UAPs and the government quote on, shooting down. And that's in air quotes because if you truly understand what these so-called UFOs are, you know that it is not possible for Esau to shoot them down, shooting down these so-called UFOs, right? And doing all these hearings and talking about what the government plans to do about the so-called UFOs, and even Esau Edom going as far as to say that there is the possibility of aliens, which is just a deflection to try to hide the truth of what is really going on, because we know that in the councils that these devils have, okay, the real council concerning what is going on with these so-called UFOs and UAPs, when they really know what is happening and they really know what is going on with these chariots, and they're talking about how to deal with the chariots because they know what's really in them and they know what it's really all about. And it is the angel, the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, and all the different shapes and sizes it comes in. So let me get this picture as well. That should be the book of Zechariah 5. Yeah, let's get that. So this is the book of Zechariah 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying bull. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, Slovakia, I think God cut off. Because I was saying, This is the book of Zechariah 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and I looked, and behold, a flying roll. And the prophet Zechariah, what he was seeing was once again the chariot, the so called UFO. Okay, now, verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I said, I see unto, and answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. And basically, this flying roll is like a scroll, right? A cylindrical shaped chariot. There was something like similar to what our people saw, what guided our people out of the land of Egypt into the Holy Land in the book of Exodus during the time of Moses. As it is written, he was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, and the fire is represented by the lights that were coming out of the chariot. So that is exactly the same thing that the prophet Zechariah saw. Okay, now this is the main point right here. Zechariah 5, verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth here, the hour of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and with the stones thereof. And this is exactly why Esau Edom is so wary of the chariots by the so-called UFO. This is the reason why he's going as far as to create the whole space force and to dedicate the whole branch of the military to intercepting and stopping any quote unquote extraterrestrial or any threats from outer space, because what these chariots are, they are a representation of the destruction of Esau Edom. That is the reason why I are seeing them more and more, why they are becoming more and more apparent, why they are revealing themselves more and more. The chariot sightings have become more and more frequent in these last days, because what they are basically a sign, as it is written, that we shall see signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, right? The distress of nations. No, let's get that picture. Let's get that picture. So that I have to bring out perplexity. No need to actually be apologizing for bringing out presets, but let's just bring that anyway. So this is the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, and all these things all coming together, all together show you that the return of our Lord Yahweh is near. So now the chariots, right, the angel of the Most High Yahweh are making themselves more apparent as a sign that the return of our Lord Yahweh is near, and the destruction of Esau Edom's kingdom, this current kingdom that we are living in right now in captivity. The destruction of this kingdom is near. And this is what Esau Edom is so worried about. That's what they're so weary of. That's why you have a space force. That's why you have an air force. That's why you are seeing so much information coming out about these so-called UFOs. Right? That's why you are seeing Esau Edom having these whole debates, as like another debate about councils, right? UFO, UFO hearings, so-called UFO hearings, right? You have these secret councils, of course, of Esau Edom discussing what they will do about the UFOs, because they understand, they know the power that these chariots have. Man. It's written in the report. If you see the declassified documents of the UFOs, you see that the different images that they've captured of the chariots, the different types of chariots that they've captured, and different accounts of Air Force pilots talking about just exactly what these chariots can do, and how much more advanced the technology that these chariots have, that the technology of the chariots are, than anything that Esau Edom and their Air Force and their Space Force has. This is the reason why Isodom is so, scared of these chariots men, because even they understand, they know, and we, the men of the Lord, the brothers and the elders and the apostles, the great Muslim, have been telling our people as well that this is, you know, the that these chariots are going to bring in the destruction of Esau. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 12, from verse 7. Revelation 12, verse 7, and it reads, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. And now, from reading Zechariah the fifth chapter, you now know, what this Revelation 12, verse 7 is going into, right? the war in heaven representing, the dragon representing this current beast system, this current kingdom of Esau, Edom, and the angels representing the space force, representing the air force, representing the ground forces that have the anti-air, surface-to-air, missiles, like the Iron Dome that they have in Israel. Basically, all these missiles that can intercept spacecrafts or even other missiles, that kind of thing, right? But continuing on, Revelation 12, verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels are cast out with him. And at the return of our Lord Yahushua, when these chariots come back, they will take out Isoidom's armies, take out his space force, and take and really bring this devil's rulership to an end. They will bring the devil's rulership to destruction. That's why the scripture saying that the moon shall be darkened, right? The sun shall no longer give her light. It's all the metaphor representing the fall of Esau Edom. That's why the scriptures also say, our Lord Yahushua is said in the book of Luke, right? I believe that's he said, I beheld Satan fall as lightning from heaven, which is basically going into the how swift the fall of Esau Edom is, right? How quickly he fell as soon as how quickly his fall is going to be. Okay, because this word that is being spoken about here, it's not even going to be a second. It's just going to be an instant. Everything, it's just going to be an instant. All the armies of Esau Edom are going to be consumed by the fire of the chariots, and you can go to the book of Second Esdras, the 13th chapter, for more details. Now, this is the book of Revelation 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And this also gives you the second function of the chariots, the main reason, right, why you have the chariots coming in the first place, or rather the second reason. It's like not the second reason, but really the first reason, which is to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, will be a part of that number because those chariots are still our salvation, right? So to us that are in this truth, right, to us that are of the hopefully elect, Lord willing, will be a part of that number. These chariots represent our salvation because this is the way we will be delivered from the destruction that our Lord Yahushua is going to bring upon this kingdom and for the people of this world, which is Esau, Edom, the heathen, and even two-thirds of our people. These chariots represent the destruction, right? The curse that shall be brought upon the earth by the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Going back to Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Everyone that stealeth, right? Everyone that sweareth. And the people that stealeth is, of course, Esau, Edom, the thief. And then the people that sweareth falsely by the name of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which are, all of you people out here in the world speak all these people out in the world, the scoffers, the mockers, the antichrist, all the people that speak against the most high Yahweh Hashem Yahushua really. So all the unbelievers, right? So now this is the book of Revelation 12, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that is the point right there, because these chariots are supposed to be a representation of how much time Esau Edom has left. And when Esau Edom is seeing more and more of these chariots, they are becoming more and more frequent in the sky. These devils are realizing that their time is almost up, right? That whatever they want to do, they have to rush it in and bring it in quickly because our Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back, right? His return is coming soon then. And this is the reason why you see, such a heavy emphasis on, at least a heavy emphasis on the chariots and the space force and funding all these um, all these militaristic, I don't really know how to say, but basically funding the military industrial complex and so much money put into the space force to fight a threat that has not even been confirmed to exist, allegedly, of course, because you know that the chariots are a real threat to Israel's kingdom. Okay, and this is the reason why you have, you said I'm talking about aliens exist and they captured an alien, they shot down a UFO allegedly because they are trying to make it seem as though they have the power, to make it seem as though they have the power, the ability to take on the chariots, right? Our Lord our shy when it comes, but really they don't. And this even got me thinking about the whole situation that you have right now with Israel and Palestine, where Israel basically waged all out war on Palestine. This might be it, this might be it. Of course, I'm just saying that with more of a watchful mind than an actual declaration that this is it. But this might be the big event, We already know what the scripture said that the least of the flock shall draw them out, meaning that at the end of the day, the reason why you have this World War III really will be because of the small hearts, okay? And this might be the reason why you have World War III, and then it goes to that in the book of Joel 3, where you have all the armies of the world gathered together in the valley of Jehoshaphat to face the Most High's judgment, which is the real World War III, where all the armies of the world, or the armies of Esau, Edom, and all these nations will be going into we're going into the Middle East, right? The valley of Jehoshaphat in order to face the chariots. So this is the book of Joel 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, meaning the southern and the northern kingdom, respectively. Meaning that, first thing first comes the salvation before the destruction. So the chariots, their first job, okay, which is why you see they have two, which I said that they have two jobs in the last days. Their first job will be to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, or we will be a part of that number, and then bring the destruction after all the elect have been delivered. It's not going to be once over. There's not going to be a rapture where you have the chariots coming back around again after a little while, to deliver a second batch of the. That's not going to happen. I have this because you have this wacky Christian doctrine that believes that there's going to be a second rapture, right? Or even a rapture at all in the first place, or a rapture after the Great Tribulation, a pre-tribulation rapture, and then a rapture after the Great Tribulation. There's only going to be one deliverance, and that deliverance will be for the elect of the nation of Israel. And after that deliverance comes the fire. Now, Joel 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my lands. And what this represents is the army of the nations gathered together in the Middle East to face the judgment of the Most High Yahweh Hashem, because the precepts I just read in the book of Revelation 12, going into the war in heaven, going into Esau, Edom, and his armies, fighting against our Lord Yahweh Shai, right, and the armies of Israel. That is going into the judgment of the Most High Yahweh Shai, because it's not going to be a war or a battle. It's just straight up judgment. It's just a straight up execution. That's what it really is, okay? Actually, I want to get the another precept. It actually reminded me of another precept. But let me just get this, finish this up first. It actually reminded me of another precept. Let me go to that. Let me see if I can remember where that precept is in. Right, Daniel the 12th chapter. Then shall Michael stand up, that great prince that standeth that. Let's get that. Daniel 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, right? And this, of course, is once again, you know, what these chariots represent, right? This is what the chariots represent. It represents deliverance for our people. That's why you have this Negro spiritual that Jake was singing back in the plantation, "Swing low, sweet chariots," right? The reason how to sing that because it's more of a song for Jacob and Babylon the Great, but there's a reason why they had that um, song, because even during that time as well, our people knew exactly what the chariot represents. All right, so with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Basham Yawashai, Basham Rakakwadash, Wa Abad Babal, until the spirit of you are and you are quite 85. Shalom.